Hey,
Hey, did you have a question, Joanne?
yeah. What?
You have a question?
No.
Okay. Just a
Bye.
sec. Welcome everybody to Community Cooking with the Co-op. My name is Paul Addis. I'm a librarian at the Coos Bay Public Library. With me, we have the outreach coordinator at the Coos Head Food Co-op, Tim Bolster. We have our cameraman, Alan Bartle, behind the camera. And tonight we have hey, Alan, with a little facial hair, looking good there. And then we have new chefs from Little Plant Food Truck, a new vegan food truck in the area. We have Paul and Alex from Little Plant. And we're really excited. And with that, it's all yours, Paul and Alex.
Ooh. All right. Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining. We're very excited. All right. Well, everybody hopefully started to preheat their oven at 400 because we're going to be putting in the cauliflower and the tofu once we season it, chop it up and season it. Cool. And right now, Paul's also going to start making the rice. Cool. We have a rice cooker. If nobody has a rice cooker, I apologize. Tim will help us find out.
I'll explain also how to do it on the stovetop. Yeah. So you're in good hands, but do you want to start with your rice cooker and then I can explain the stove? Yeah. And you might have your way of cooking rice that you're familiar with and you know how to do, go for it. We're doing brown rice, make whatever amount you want. I think the recipe calls for a cup. We're making a little extra to feed the hungry people at the co-op, but
rough amount there.
Okay, so what are you doing here, Paul?
I'm measuring out 2 cups.
2 cups.
Roughly.
And why the rice cooker? Why not just do it on the stovetop?
Set it in. It is.
Set it and forget
it's
it.
Very. Oh, I'm a mess. As you can tell, Alex does all the cooking.
Well, we use a rice cooker because when we cook for the food truck, we actually own 2 of them so that we can make the rice early in the morning in the food truck and then just drive to work and it's just there. Nice. We don't have to worry about it. So it makes our life easy because I'm the only cook and have to prep all the other stuff and cook. So
it the rice really can helps. Stay warm and stay fluffy. And,
yeah,
right.
Always perfect. Yeah.
I'm going to proceed in rinsing it. We always like to rinse our rice just because of the starch. It gets rid of some of the excess starch that we don't necessarily need all that.
Totally. Cool. Sounds good.
So you can rinse your rice if you're making some rice. Or and I think it probably could be white rice, it could be brown rice.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, whichever your preference is.
Or some other type of grain.
Exactly.
But we're going with brown rice. Is there a reason why brown rice?
Yeah, Paul, is there a reason why brown rice?
Oh, I didn't research that.
It doesn't have to be a reason why.
Well, brown rice it's full of lots more nutrients, vitamins, and of course it's not as processed as white rice.
Not as processed as white rice.
It's a whole food. It's got lots of good stuff in it. Lots of fiber, nutrients, vitamins, all that stuff. Cool. I'm going to proceed in putting it into the rice cooker.
Okay. And I think in your rice cooker you're doing 1 cup of rice to like 1 1/4 cup of water, right?
Right.
Okay. And I'm guessing
it's the same that people should be doing, making it in pots too, right?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So if you're making it in a pot at home, you're going to want to start it right now because it takes longer in a pot. But the first step is to boil so that the ratio is 1 cup of rice to 1 1/4 cup of water. Okay. And the first step is to boil that water. So put 1 1/4 cup of water in a pot on the stove, and we're going to get it boiling. Just boil it as obviously fast as you want. And then once it's boiling, add your rice, cover it, and turn it down to a simmer. You're going to let it simmer for like 45 minutes. So you can kind of just set it and forget it too. You just want to make sure it's simmering at a low level. So it's not cooking too fast. It's not cooking too slow. You want to check it for that reason. But otherwise, we'll just let it simmer for about 45 minutes. And with rice, it can depend on your stove and things like that. So you'll check it every once in a while. But again, bring the water to a boil. Once it's boiling, add the rice, cover it, turn it down to a simmer.
Thank you, Tim.
Yes.
Looks like everybody's busy getting their
one thing I know how to do, I know how to cook rice. I can boil water pretty well.
I'm pretty good at that too.
Yeah. I saw a thing online that if you want to save water, if you want to save time for later in the week, boil your water on Sunday and then freeze it and put it in the freezer, and then you have it ready to go. Okay,
Nice.
so the rice cooker's going. Maybe your rice is on the stove, or your water at least is starting to boil. That's gonna be going in the background.
Yes.
What's our next step?
All right, meanwhile, we're going to go ahead and rinse, wash.
Yeah,
When I
wash.
got here, thank
Yeah.
you. So if you want to rinse or wash your vegetable here, cauliflower, or if you have Romanesco. And if you want to tear off the leaves of the cauliflower or any other part of your produce that you'll be cutting, and save it for a stock, for a soup or a sauce or anything you
sure.
like.
Yeah, throw it in the compost.
Yes, and
Yeah.
Tim so kindly gave me a little
Mhm.
compost bucket here, which I appreciate.
And everybody should be preheating their ovens at 400 right now.
Now I'll be interested to see your cauliflower cutting techniques. Just because I'm always a cauliflower, I'm always like, where do I begin with this thing?
Right.
So I want to know what you do first.
So for me, I get very detailed with things. If I see little brown spots, I like to, just take my time and cut it. But right now, we're just gonna go ahead and,
Sure.
So I like to get in here and take the core out so that essentially I can go ahead and just chop my cauliflower and however I would like to it be chopped,
Right.
small, as big pieces. So carefully, just grab your cauliflower up here and gently just go around it.
You're kind of going at an angle, and just your goal is to get that stem or whatever.
Yeah.
Right.
The core, get it off
cauliflower, yeah.
as careful as you can. Just try to pull it out,
Nice.
All right.
little pieces out. Thank you, appreciate that.
Nice.
Some more compost for your soup. Thank you.
Perfect.
All right. So there's many ways you can cut it.
Thanks.
Which is either pulling the cauliflower, taking your time to pull it out with your hands, or you can chop it up however small you want.
Mhm.
You can also just wrap this and make slabs to save you some time.
Sure.
And you can make a steak too, you can
I've
marinate it,
seen
make
that.
steaks, anything breaded, however you like,
Roasted.
many things you can.
But we're kind of cutting it up into bite sizes today. Is that the
Yeah.
plan? Okay.
Mhm. Just nice bite size. like
Yeah. There's no wrong way about
Right,
it. Just,
right.
yeah.
Just have fun with it. It's supposed to be fun, right? Cooking for yourself, for your
Definitely.
family.
Have fun with your cauliflower.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Romanesco, I do like the Romanesco a lot.
I do. It's really good.
It's like mesmerizing too. I get lost just
Oh,
looking at it.
definitely. It's definitely a beautiful.
Multiple mandalas.
Yes.
Nice.
So I don't know if everyone here has had a little planned food truck.
No, and somebody just asked, where is the food truck? So we need to answer that question too.
Yeah. Are you every Wednesday at the farmer's market right now ish?
Every Wednesday, we're at the farmer's market. Now, next week we'll be there. The week after, we'll be taking a week off in celebration of our daughter Saya's birthday.
Cool. Happy birthday, Saya.
Yeah, all
Thank
right.
you.
Yeah, she'll be turning 8.
Wow.
And we've been actually debating on whether or not we're going to be outside at the farmer's market, because one of our primary objectives with the food truck is to have farm truck. And we can't do that when we're at the farmer's market and our farmers are at the farmer's market. So we've been planning and figuring things out that we might want to start being outside the co-op again on Thursdays with fresh organic produce from our local farmers. So
Nice. But I know you're sometimes you're outside the co-op, sometimes you're in
Thank you.
Bandon Rain.
Band and Rain, we're there on Saturdays.
I've seen you at Dragonfly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so we move around, so please, if you want to find us, check our social media. We're always
Facebook,
updating, Facebook and Instagram. We're working on a website right now, so more
Cool.
information.
And somebody asked, they said, your food cart isn't gluten-free by any chance, is it?
We have some gluten-free options, but we're also working on more recipes that will have that, some wraps as well as buns, as Alex has had a falafel bowl in there with gluten-free oats, and the whole bowl is also gluten-free.
Cool.
We're working on more options.
Awesome.
Our menu is actually being presented as it changes with more options that's available for people that are coming to us with their ailments or their restrictions. And that's what we base our menu around with the organic whole food plant-based.
Awesome.
Nice.
Nice.
Okay, Alex has the tofu now.
Okay. Got the tofu and I'm going to rinse it with some fresh water.
Okay.
Nice. Rinse the tofu. That's not
Yeah.
something I usually do, but I should start. So our cauliflower right now is just in a bowl, chopped up into bite-sized pieces. And we're getting ready to chop up our
Our tofu.
tofu.
Stacy said, yes, the co-op would be great because she's not up early enough to go to the farmer's market.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that.
Boy, I wish I could sleep in like that.
Okay, so I'm going to cut the tofu in slabs. So, we're gonna pretend that we're all starting here and how to cut
Sure.
so that everybody can always cut safely. It's very important to cut safely. So always have your knuckles under, is that what it's called? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on here so that the knife, the side of the knife is just hitting your knuckles.
Yeah.
And that you don't cut yourself. So
Nice.
safety first. So,
Kind of cutting big
Yeah.
rectangles right now,
right, so we're gonna cut some,
slabs.
So Sandy asked, is it important to press the tofu? Because like in a previous recipe, we pressed the tofu.
yeah, it's definitely preference. Yeah, you can even freeze your tofu and when you freeze tofu the night before and defrost it the morning of, it's gonna soak up more of the flavor.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so it is all preference. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I know sometimes it's like I'll press it or not, depending on time. It's just like,
Exactly, yes.
know.
So if you would like to and have the time, most definitely.
Good.
And I think when it's
Question.
pretty firm, generally it can just kind of be ready to go sometimes. right?
Exactly,
I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, sorry to interrupt. Go
Oh,
ahead.
no, no worries. Thank you. All the information helps.
Oh, yeah.
So now I cut it into strips
Ah,
and of the strips, cut them into little squares.
cool. So again, like bite size.
Right, bite size, pretty
Nice.
much.
Cool. Cubes.
Yeah, and so this I will mix with the cauliflower
Oh, okay.
and then put in my seasonings and spices in it, mix it, and we'll bake it.
Cool.
Cool.
The tofu and the cauliflower is all going in a bowl together. And you all served this recipe at the farmer's market just a couple days ago, right? Or
Yes,
yesterday?
Wednesday we did.
Yesterday,
It went very well.
Nice.
Yes, and we
Awesome.
ran out and people said, we came for the shawarma bowl, where is it? We ran out, sorry.
Like, I guess you have to come to community cooking now.
Yes.
Exactly, so
Yeah.
hopefully those people are watching.
Yes. We'll hope so.
All right, so,
Okay. If you ever need a or wash your hands or whatever.
yes, I appreciate that,
Yeah.
thank you. Yes.
Okay, so our spice is our next thing.
Yes, so now we're going to make the shawarma spice, and I'm sure, hopefully everybody has all their spices ready to go. And Tim so kindly had them ready for me. So we're
Excellent.
gonna go ahead and if you want to follow your recipe to how much of the spice you.
Yeah, and we'll kind of talk out loud.
Thank
So we'll be starting there.
Oh, let's see. This is cinnamon.
Okay, and cinnamon.
So folks should probably just mix this in a mixing bowl.
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you,
Cool.
Paul.
Yeah.
No problem.
That's a good idea, huh?
So
Yeah.
we're doing 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
Yes.
Eyeball it.
So, I apologize because at home, I'm not used to cooking with recipes. I had to make it in order to do this class. So it was already hard for me because I grab my seasonings and I pour and I taste, and if it's good, I have a bunch of tasting spoons with me just so that I can always make sure that it tastes good. So if you do have extra seasoning, you're more than welcome to make as much as you want and pour in your sauce or your dressing for the tofu and cauliflower as much as you would like.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And to each
Excellent.
their own, leave something out probably if it's less of something, more of something. whatever you
Exactly,
need.
yes.
Right.
Okay, so a teaspoon of cinnamon going in the bowl.
You got me exactly a teaspoon, huh?
Did I? Oh, no, I do it on purpose. Glad it worked out.
Jennifer wanted to know, do we water or any other liquid to the marinade? Wait.
Yes, thank you. I did forget to put that in the recipe that you slowly add water to your dressing as thin as you want it or as thick as you like it.
But we'll get to that, right?
Yeah.
And yes, and then the marinade here, you can either use your favorite broth. I usually like to use miso broth. I put about just enough, maybe just half of 1/4 cup of broth or water to make sure you mix everything nicely. And then I'm going to show you guys a trick that I'm excited to show you. Hopefully, I'm sure a lot of you might know it already, but it doesn't hurt to show it again. You know, so you guys can.
But yeah, we'll get to that,
Yes, my
right? Where we
favorite
had
tip.
liquid stuff.
Cool.
That's cumin,
Cumin, thank you.
tablespoon.
A tablespoon cumin.
I'll do all the tablespoon stuff.
Perfect. Oh, thank you. I appreciate
So you guys
that.
started with a teaspoon of cinnamon and now you're doing a tablespoon of cumin.
Oh, cumin, yes.
You can tell at home, I'm the taste tester. Just watching the magic.
So we got cinnamon, that was cumin, here's coriander,
Coriander.
tablespoon of coriander.
Perfect.
What was that? A tablespoon?
Yeah.
Okay, tablespoon of coriander.
Allspice, half a teaspoon. So we have allspice coming in next. That'll be half a teaspoon. And once we're done, I'll read off one more time what all the spices were.
Perfect. Thanks, Tim. But right now you should be adding a half of a what spoon?
Half a teaspoon of allspice.
Half a teaspoon of allspice.
Paprika.
And then paprika, 1 teaspoon of paprika.
All right, 1 teaspoon of paprika.
So it's, anybody have any questions or are familiar what shawarma is? How about you, Paul?
Oh yeah, I'm very familiar with shawarma. I think of
Really?
it as having like a smoky flavor. But I've only
For the-
had shawarma with meat dishes, I'll admit. So I've never had a vegan shawarma, so I'm kind of excited about this one.
Yeah,
Oh, wonderful.
really interesting recipe.
Yeah.
About our tablespoon.
1 tablespoon of garlic powder.
Unfortunately, we lost our Mediterranean cafe in North Bend where you could get shawarma.
I know, we need some shawarma. I guess we have some shawarma in this town now.
Yeah, we have a lot of people that are excited about Mediterranean food. So I'm trying to, whip up some recipes to have in the food truck.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And a pinch of cayenne pepper,
Yes.
which is, yes, a very good for you thing. And it brings a little bit of spice, that heat.
Sure.
So at your preference, if you're familiar with cayenne, just use a little bit because it goes a long way.
So just like a pinch of the cayenne pepper.
Yeah.
One more time, you might have the recipe at home, but in case you needed to rehear anything, we did a tablespoon of cumin, tablespoon of coriander, tablespoon of garlic powder, tablespoon of ginger powder, teaspoon of paprika, teaspoon of cinnamon, a pinch of cayenne, and half a teaspoon of allspice.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah, thanks,
It
Tim.
up now.
Yes, give it a nice mix here. Thank you, Alan.
If you don't have allspice, do you have a substitute for it?
Ooh, good
You
question.
can put a little dash of nutmeg if you like, but the cinnamon should pretty much replace that flavor. I think a little bit of clove, any of those pumpkin spice, even any of those little things that you might have for baking. For the-
Okay,
maybe
thank you.
Yes,
Great. Thanks, Alex. And Jamie just put in the list of all the spices that went in the bowl there. in
Hey,
chat, if anybody needs it. Thanks, Jamie.
thank you, thank you. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and season our tofu and cauliflower
All right.
of this part. So I'm going to go ahead and eyeball just half of 1/4 cup of liquid. I'm gonna use water in this case,
said half of a fourth.
of 1/4 cup.
Okay.
Yeah, about half. Just enough to allow the spices to blend in with the tofu and the cauliflower.
Right.
That's about like a dash of water.
Right.
Jennifer
But you-
said the tofu is delicious and she left out the allspice. So I guess she's a little ahead of us.
Oh,
Yeah.
wonderful.
And no salts in this?
No salt. We're gonna use the the amino,
Braggs
the
amino.
Braggs amino. That's really and then if you use some miso or some other broth, that's also some of your salt.
Sodium. Sure.
Yeah, your sodium
Good
intake there.
question.
Thank you.
And probably if you're not sure how much liquid to put in the bowl, start with less and add more depending on how.
Good idea.
All right, so I put about 2 tablespoons of the spice mixture. You can put more or less if you like.
Starting with 2 tablespoons.
Yeah, starts with 2 tablespoons.
Are we gonna save some for later? Or are we just gonna have extra?
Yes, for the dressing.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
this is also that you're making ahead for your dressing. So
Cool.
now you have and if you have leftover, which is great, you can add it to a different dish. If you want to make a type of curry some other time and you put some of the seasoning, it will be delicious.
Yum.
You can add it to have that that sort of Mediterranean or kind of flavoring going on.
Awesome.
Now, how much water do you want this to be? Kind of liquid or dry or?
Oh, just enough liquid right now just to get all the spices mixed in there with the tofu and cauliflower. And your amino is going to help with that too. A little bit of extra liquid added, which is.
How much water did you guys put in the bowl?
Eyeballing it, half of 1/4 cup.
Okay, so just a little bit.
Just a
Yeah,
little bit. Yeah, it's just enough to get all the spices kind of mixed together and
So
stuff
there's
like that.
moisture in the tofu as well, hydrate them.
Yeah.
right.
Cool.
Thank
Okay, so we got our 2 tablespoons of spice and that splash of water put in the bowl with the tofu and the cauliflower. Now I have to admit, we were out of Braggs. Come on, Suzette. So I use tamari. Is that okay?
Yes,
Okay,
Yes.
cool.
yes,
I think you're, I hope so.
they are, yes.
Yeah.
So, I believe one of them might be a little stronger than the other. Let me see. I'm going to
Taste test?
really
Yeah.
quick
Go for
mine. Thank you for letting me know.
Yes.
it.
Yeah, so that's woo,
Pretty strong. Okay.
nice and salty. So let's start with 3 tablespoons instead of 4, yeah?
Yeah. But if they have the Braggs at home,
Yes,
What
then
was
you do
it?
4 tablespoons.
4 tablespoons of the amino, Braggs amino if you have it.
So 4 tablespoons of Braggs amino if you have it, but if not, we're using.
Or for the,
We're using 3 tablespoons of tamari,
Okay.
correct?
So soy sauce,
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Okay.
it's like less soy sauce. It's more
Right.
stronger, saltier.
Cool.
right.
All right.
So- And then I'm going to use 2 teaspoons of date sugar. If you have coconut sugar or maple syrup or your preference, that's when we're gonna add it right now.
All right.
in all of our ingredients, the reason why we use what we use is because it's going towards the whole food, plant-based. We follow a lot of recipes as well as nutrition guidance from Michael Greger, who wrote some wonderful books, How Not to Die, How Not to Diet, and now How Not to Age. And he's done some wonderful science backgrounds that have to do with food and our relationship to food. And so when we use things like the miso, that's going to come up. The reason why we use the miso is because the way that it breaks down in the body can actually absorb that sodium as opposed to just putting salt on there, then it causes your sodium intake to go up, which is
Okay.
we consume.
I'm a little lost. Are we putting the soy sauce in with the allspice mixture, the spices?
Yes,
Okay, what else have we put in there so far?
so it's just a little bit of water, your shawarma spices.
Wait. Are you asking about the spice mixture, Joanne?
Yes.
That's cumin, coriander, garlic powder, ginger powder, paprika, cinnamon, cayenne, and allspice.
I did all that, but what else are we adding to that? That's my question.
So we took 2 tablespoons of that spice mixture and we added it into our tofu and our cauliflower and we added a splash of water too. And then your Braggs amino or your tamari also went in the bowl with the tofu, with the cauliflower, with the spices.
Does that make sense, Joanne?
So show the dry bowl. Okay, so.
Could you?
Or I can go overhead here. You know.
So in one bowl, yeah, we just have our dry spices. Paul's showing that off right now. That's just the spices that we had. And then in the other bowl, Alex, if you want to hold that one up, we have cauliflower, we have tofu, we have 2 tablespoons from the dry spice mixture. And then how much Braggs should they put in, amino?
3.
3 tablespoons of the Braggs amino.
Oh, no, yeah, oh, sorry, that was for me, it was.
4
sorry.
of the Braggs.
4 of the Braggs amino, but 3 if you have a different,
If it's like soy sauce, then
soy
3.
sauce or tamari, then it's 3 because it's just a little bit stronger, saltier.
So we use less of the soy sauce
The
because it's
soy sauce goes in the cauliflower mixture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Correct, yeah.
That's what I wondered. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay,
No,
thank you
good
so much.
question.
Thank you. All right, so I just rinsed my hands and I'm going to mix by hand. You guys can use a wooden spoon or anything in your preference. I'm gonna use my hands to mix the tofu and the cauliflower together.
While you're doing that, let me ask about one more step. So you put
Yeah.
some date sugar in.
Yes,
You put 2 teaspoons of date sugar, right?
yes,
And maple syrup is a substitute. Do you know
right,
how much maple syrup they should put in?
roughly the same.
Roughly the same.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maple
definitely.
syrup, about 2 teaspoons
Thank you.
of maple syrup will work as well.
Or any other sweetener that you would like to choose is the same
About 2
amount.
teaspoons.
Yes.
Cool.
Thank you, Tim.
Yeah. And now it's all getting mixed together in the bowl.
Yes.
And someone asked, what are we going to do with the oven?
It's we're going to bake
That's
the
what I figured.
tofu and cauliflower.
Awesome.
Yeah,
This stuff's going in the oven.
We're baking our mixture.
yeah. All right, well, this is nicely mixed.
Here we go.
All
Okay.
right.
Spices, the Braggs or the soy sauce, tofu, cauliflower.
All right, you guys ready for the oven part?
I'm excited about this.
All right,
So
Cool trick. Does anybody
So-
have any parchment paper at home for this?
so if you, I'm going to use this sheet pan.
okay.
And I'm going to put on this a piece of parchment paper. Then I'm going to put my tofu and cauliflower mixture on top of this. And I'm going to just put enough water, just let's put half of 1/4 cup once again.
Okay.
A measurement. Otherwise, just to create a steam action happening in the oven, because then you're gonna cover the mixture with another piece of parchment paper. Sorry, there's a camera, I forgot. Thank you. Another piece of parchment paper on top, and then you're going to cover it with this, like a lid, so that you're going to steam your vegetables in 20 minutes. So
Oh,
if
okay.
you want to cook anything, any hearty vegetable, just put it in here, however you want to season it, a little bit of water, just enough to create a steam action, and it's gonna bake in 20 minutes. Sweet potatoes, I mean, anything that you can think of, regular potatoes, cauliflower, any hearty stuff. It will cook in 20 minutes. It's a really awesome trick. I found out in a book that it's called
No meat athlete.
No Meat Athlete, if you're wondering.
Cool.
And always your oven at 400 in 20 minutes.
And if people don't have 2 pans,
And if people don't have to, thank you. Guys, I'm a little nervous, so I apologize.
no, you're fine, Alex. You're doing great.
So if you don't have another sheet pan to do that, the old trick of putting foil over it, if you have foil.
Perfect. Thank
So
you.
put foil and it's essentially the same thing.
All right.
But we don't like to use foil. We try to stick with more of the environment friendly in a sense, and
Sure, sure.
what we can.
Cool.
So, yes,
Okay.
so
The
I'm gonna,
mixture's going on the pan, probably, right?
yes.
And would it be okay to just put it on the pan if you didn't have parchment paper?
Yes.
Just have more to clean up later?
Maybe you
Yes.
have your own back then.
I'll do it up later, yeah. So thankfully, the co-op, I don't know if you guys heard, the co-op is an amazing place
Yeah.
that has provided all these beautiful produce and everything we get to cook today. And thank you for letting us borrow your kitchen. We appreciate it.
Yes, we love
Not
the
required
co-op.
to say that to be cooking on community cooking.
My favorite store, the co-op, and Patrick. Wow, I don't know if you met him. He's amazing.
Yeah, he is.
Patrick's pretty cool.
Agreed.
Okay, so our parchment paper is down.
Yep.
We're gonna put our mixture on top of it.
There we go.
Perfect size, nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm bad with parchment paper, it always rips uneven. Okay,
There we go. So there's my mixture.
All right.
since some's on top of each other and it's kind of all okay, right? We're just
Oh,
putting it on the
definitely,
pan
yeah.
and
It will, that's why it's gonna be covered so that it can steam all equally.
Cool.
And then, after we steam this for 20 minutes, thank you. You can uncover it, if that's your preference, you can uncover it and put it back in the oven for about 5-10 minutes more, or until it starts browning if you wanted to do like a roasting preference of it, but not more than 10 minutes.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's too soggy for you, the cauliflower, then we won't have any of that crisp.
Right,
So-
right.
Now I'm going to sprinkle some water.
All right.
Oops, sorry. There we go. I'm gonna put another piece of parchment paper on top.
another piece of parchment paper.
Laura asks, can't aluminum foil be rinsed and recycled? I hope so, because I do that sometimes.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
I think as long as your foil's clean, it can be recycled, as far as I
Yeah.
know.
Definitely.
Good
Yeah.
question, Laura.
And they do sell mats that you can also use, silicone mats.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
we use.
That way you don't even have to buy anything and just conserve more.
Sure.
All right. Here's the trick.
Nice.
Have you guys checked that rice? Make sure it's not burning or drying out on you.
Good idea, good thinking.
I'm gonna open the oven. I'm sorry you can't see it. It's kind of over there, but there you go. So it's covered and it's going in the oven for 20 minutes.
All
Nice.
right. So if you're doing it with us, they're starting the timer at the co-op for 20 right now.
Yeah. Thank you.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Will be your timer.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you, Tim. I'm gonna rinse my hands now, and while that's going in the oven, and you have already checked your rice, hopefully.
Yeah, check your rice, make sure it looks okay.
All right, cool.
All right, now we're going to chop everything that's gonna be your fresh produce that's gonna go on the plate, which is just deliciousness and decoration at the same time.
Awesome.
Add some
The
color.
yes. And then you have your black beans in the can that probably take it's always recommended to, thank you, Tim, to rinse these. Paul, will go ahead and take care of that for me if you don't mind.
So you're gonna drain and rinse the beans.
We're gonna drain and rinse our beans.
Cool.
So you can drain and rinse your beans.
And I will,
What do you think we'll chop first?
at this point, let's go with the
Let's get the hardest thing out of the way. Let's go with
There
the
you go.
cabbage.
do the cabbage, and you're not gonna use all of it, just,
Save some for later.
yeah, or for a different dish. Another salad maybe, you have
What do you
stir fry.
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
there you go.
Half the
Maybe.
cabbage?
Thank you, sir. I'm sorry?
Do you think half the cabbage? How much do you think we'll use?
Yeah, maybe even
Or-
less than half.
Yeah, half, less than half, or it depends on how much you like raw
Mhm.
cabbage. If it's not your favorite thing, maybe it's just some decoration on top.
Right,
Maybe
exactly,
you use it at all, but
yeah. So I like to peel the first layer off. And it can go in for your broth, once again. One time I did my purple cabbage, red cabbage, and I also did beets in making a broth, and it became this beautiful red broth. It was
Yeah.
amazing.
I don't know, whenever I make soup and I put red cabbage in, it becomes like a purple. soup.
Yes,
Yeah,
it's so much fun playing with colors, with nature. Nature provides the colors. And
Yes.
it's really
Definitely.
nice to be able to do that. All right, so cabbage. I'm just gonna cut half of it carefully.
Yes. Well, careful with your cabbage.
Yeah. So I think I'm pretty much just gonna use this, just half of it.
Smaller half.
Yeah,
Cool.
So less than half might be recommended.
That's a
right.
pretty cabbage.
It is. It's beautiful.
That.
Only at the co-op. Thank you.
This is true.
All right. And then I like to, with the knife, very carefully. You don't have to do it if you don't want. It's just a preference thing. I take the core out and then I cut it in half and then I start slicing thin. But you can already slice it like this if you like. It's
Okay.
a preference, and I just want you guys to be careful with it. You know, even a professional chef will get cut or hurt, so let's
Sure.
always try to be careful. So I grab it like this, as careful as I can, and I try going in here, and some cabbages will be really hard, so
Sure.
just always the knife away from you, and there you go.
Nice.
Fourth out.
And then I cut that in half. And I start slicing, then.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I never remember which knife is the sharp one.
Oh, okay, perfect. And then make sure you have a sharp knife.
Yeah, you're going very thin with the cabbage, which I would appreciate while eating this dish, actually.
Yeah, I think I would too.
It's always preference, you know, and however thick or thin you want it, but then it's always nice.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of gets, texture wise, it gets lost in there, but it brings such beautiful color and then nutrients, and it's a refreshing taste in the
Nice.
dish.
Nice.
We also use mandolin.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah.
We just recently tried it out and it worked really well. If you have a spinner, one that you can kind of do for apples, or you can make zucchini noodles.
Right.
Yeah, like a spiral.
You can, yeah, spiralizer, right? You can pop that on there and spin it and it'll cut it very quickly.
Totally. Yeah.
Okay.
And if anybody wants to try a spiralizer out, you can check one out at the library.
Really? Well,
Oh, yeah.
thank you, Paul. That's good to know.
Library has so much cool stuff.
Oh, thank
Yeah, I
you.
actually years ago when we got it, I did a program on spiralizing.
What's another cooking utensil apparatus that you have that people might be surprised to learn the library has?
We also, let's see, we have an air fryer you can check out.
Nice.
I think we have an instant pot. Boy, I'm drawing a blank now that you've asked.
You have an ice breaking?
Knife sharpening,
Yes,
sharpener.
oh yeah, I've checked out the knife sharpener multiple times. But wait, what did you just mention, Paul? I forgot.
Do you have an ice cream maker? Well,
Wait, I'm not positive we do. I thought we did.
okay.
Oh, pasta maker. Oh, that's a question. I'm not sure, Jamie. Maybe we do. I have
What about
to
a
do
bread?
more research. The Library of Things has so many different things like, you know, kitchen utensils, power tools, you know, telescopes, snowshoes, projectors, you know, there's just like a little bit of everything. So I don't know like all the things.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Am I completely too nice? Oh,
Oh,
sorry.
Laura mentioned the bread maker. I forgot about that. Thank you, Laura.
Oh, maybe that's a sharpener. No, I didn't bring mine.
How I got a question. How many people got cabbage at the community fridge at the library this week for this recipe? No? Okay.
Had a bunch of cabbage in there, didn't you?
We did up until
Yeah.
about
To
yesterday.
confirm you, Paul,
Oh, Joelle and
I have
Jennifer.
green cabbage.
There we go. Joelle and Jennifer. Awesome. Thanks, y'all.
We cut them in half this time, Paul. I don't know if you noticed it.
Yes. No, people like that.
Yeah, it was fantastic. It lasted till Wednesday. It's the first time it's lasted 3 days.
Wow.
Yeah, when it's fresh, it'll last you for a while if you take care of it. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of it to our local farmers in the summer. It's we're very lucky.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to get one of those green boards and a good knife to cut the cabbage.
Sorry, guys, I didn't bring my knife. I should have brought it. I'm not used to it. There we
That's
go.
okay.
We're testing all the knives for sharpness.
a review here.
Yeah.
The name of the brand.
Yeah,
One better?
a little better. There you go.
That
Thank
looks a
you.
little better.
They sell this one at Co-op.
Yeah,
Do they?
that's like a Japanese.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, yes, they sell this at the co-op. This is working very well right now.
Awesome.
It's at the end by the refrigerators. That's
Right,
it.
right.
I suppose we could also cut something next. Do you want us to cut a bell pepper?
Yeah, do you,
All eyes on Alex there.
yeah, we can wash the arugula.
Has been washed.
Oh, that rinse?
Okay.
Yeah, maybe we can put this on something and then wash the arugula and so the parsley,
Mm-hmm.
I like to put I chop the parsley very well, and I like to, you can use it for garnish, but also to put it in the sauce,
Mm.
chop it very nice and finely to give it a nice fresh taste to the sauce. It's
Yeah.
really good. So we'll use it for those two things.
Awesome.
So I think I'm done with the cabbage. That should be plenty. It's essentially, it's just, just a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Bowl for that.
I'm gonna grab a bowl.
Cool.
And how's everybody doing with their rice? And we got 11 minutes on the tofu and cauliflower.
All right.
Thank you so much, Tim.
What? The sauce is the dressing. Yes, the sauce is the dressing.
All right, putting our cabbage to the side. And maybe arugula next. Are we gonna chop that up?
Yes, we can. Sorry for the mess here. All right. Would you like to
We
pick a
can,
knife from the
yeah.
collection then?
We split the arugula?
Yeah.
Okay,
Perfect.
I'll follow your lead, how
Okay.
you're gonna chop it up.
Oh, it's rinsed.
Yeah. Time.
So I'm gonna pull out the yellow or sad leaves.
Mhm.
The nutritious, it's already gone for you.
Oh, okay.
You might want to just let them rest peacefully and then nice.
Yeah, just got it.
Rest in peace, arugula.
Take off the stems at the bottom.
Yeah, so I'm gonna cut the bottom,
We just want the leaves.
Mhm. so just the leaves.
Okay, so cut the stem part off.
Right, and you are more than welcome to add any other fresh leaf greens that you want on your bowl. You're more than welcome to, obviously, anything you might have at home sitting, some iceberg or some romaine, spinach, anything.
Cool.
Nice.
We just chose this peppery leaf because it's delicious and it gives it, just that contrast with all the flavors on the dish.
Yeah. Nice.
So I'll just chop it enough, preference, bite size. However you want to be able to just pick up with a fork.
Okay, cool. So this doesn't need to
Yeah.
be chopped super fine. or
No,
anything.
yeah, so it's just roughly chopped.
Yeah,
Oh, cool. All right.
and you're just gonna put that to the side like the cabbage?
Yes, so
Okay.
we'll set that aside.
The arugula is set aside, the cabbage is set aside.
And then we can cut the green onions as well. So the green onions is essentially for that oniony fresh taste, decoration, and we're gonna cut the sad leaves of this too.
Mhm.
Cut the ends to your stock pot compost.
So you don't want the white parts, really.
Right,
You're gonna
it's
use-
a preference. You guys can use it. You're more than welcome to. I preferably just like seeing the the contrast of all the colors.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
perhaps when you get to the white part, it's a lot more potent of the onion taste.
Right.
You can also get 2 uses out of the onions. You have a mason jar, put a little bit of water in, and put those back into the water, and they'll grow a new stock. Just change the water on and off through the
Huh.
week. You'll get another one. You'll get 2 uses out of 1 batch.
I didn't know.
Nice.
If you put the white part.
Yeah, it'll grow again.
Yeah,
Just like,
to where.
It'll just grow in the jar?
yes, sir.
Nice.
Just pop this guy and fill it up with water in a mason jar,
Yeah.
mason cup, something to hold it steady.
So
You
set
pop
on the
it all back in.
windowsill.
You'll get it, yeah,
Yeah.
just change the water because it'll start to get slimy in there. Just change it
Oh,
It's not-
cool.
every day, and then you'll get another stock and then another use out of it.
Regrow your own green onions. I like it.
Yeah,
I think you can do that with leeks too.
Right,
yeah,
Yeah.
as well as expert lettuce. No,
Romaine.
the romaine lettuce,
Romaine
Yeah.
lettuce.
One of those lettuces.
Okay.
yeah.
Nice.
Okay, how are you gonna chop that up? Is it gonna be super fine or are you gonna,
Just little diagonally, little chunks, little squares.
okay.
Once again, preference, you know,
Sure.
of how full I want big chunks or little tiny chunks. So again, safety with the knife.
Yeah.
So I like to
It's
just go
probably-
diagonally.
Okay, if you can't do this, I cannot.
Yeah.
All right.
Nice.
Different chopping techniques for everyone as long as they're being
Right.
safe.
Yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of freshness in this dish, I can tell.
Oh,
Yeah, looks like it.
Arugula. All right, we're setting that aside.
What's
then
next?
We're prepping everything. Yeah, what's next?
Next, let's do
Parsley.
the parsley. And let's cut it in half if you would like to, or after it's chopped. Preference, once again.
So you're
And
gonna
we're gonna-
use half the parsley.
Yes, so I'm gonna use half the parsley to top up on the plate and the other half for the dressing.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Cool. So we're chopping half the
Thank you.
parsley right now.
yeah, so half the parsley,
Set the other half aside.
once again, the ends.
Stems can go
stems.
away.
All right.
Bye stems.
Ooh, cut it in half. And just this,
Nice. And this is more of like a fine, rough.
yeah,
Looks
chop.
like it. Yeah. It's gonna be a veggie delight.
Yeah, it is.
Those veggies.
Right.
Well, as the cruciferous vegetable, cruciferous
We got
greens.
piles of green stuff here ready to go. Okay, you're
Nice.
chopping the other half of the parsley too, prepping that as well. So
And
all
you,
the
are
parsley.
you chopping it the same way for the sauce, Alex?
yes, I will just continue to chop it more finely.
Cool.
Yeah, thank you.
So keep half of your chopped parsley for your sauce.
Right, yes.
Yeah, it's incredible technique. Paul and I are marveling right now.
Skills.
This Paul too.
Where did you learn your cooking techniques, Alex?
Well, I went to culinary school in California.
Aha.
And I
Curious
wanted
about
to,
that.
yeah, I said, I'm gonna have a restaurant one day. Little did I know it was gonna be on wheels, a little.
Well, you're doing amazing stuff out of that truck, so
Thank you so much.
cool. Okay, so the second half is chopped even finer. You're like really chopping it up.
Yeah,
Oh, so we're chopping up finer for the sauce then.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
And you don't have to put all of it in the sauce,
Okay.
because we know parsley could be, a little strong. So it's
Sure.
okay. For instance, you can use cilantro if you want. It doesn't have to be parsley.
Oh yeah,
I
that
just-
could be good.
All right, and after this, lastly, it's going to be the bell pepper.
All right.
We can make the dressing.
I'm always fascinated by people's bell pepper chopping techniques, so I'll be very curious to see.
I know it seems like everybody has a different technique. We'll see what Alex's is.
Yeah.
No pressure, Alex. It's just a bell pepper.
Right. Music in the background, dun dun.
The lights dim down.
Right. I'm gonna watch the.
Oh, a yellow one. Nice.
Yeah. For the picture, I chose a red one, but any color will do, orange, yellow.
Sure, sure.
Tim wanted a yellow one today.
I was feeling yellow.
He was,
today.
yes, yellow.
I learned in a previous community cooking that the colors of bell peppers are just different stages of ripeness, right?
Okay.
That's
makes
what I
sense.
think. I remember that. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but that green one might be least ripe and a red one is the most ripe. I don't say about a yellow one, but
Right.
somewhere in the middle maybe. But I could be wrong. So
These
please
are all
correct
three
me.
different ones.
Oh, okay, I'm wrong.
Really? Oh,
Paul's correct.
all right. We just saw.
Well, yeah,
the-
because I can't envision that one becoming red.
Yeah.
And
All right. Well, I'm glad I was corrected.
Oh,
Thank you.
all right.
I don't want to spew misinformation.
I was buying it for a moment, but then I just started thinking of color. And it doesn't work.
Maybe we think tomato.
Yes,
Tomatoes will
maybe.
do that. Tomatoes will do that, yeah.
Okay.
So I like to take the top off. So that way, so it's not in my way when I'm about to cut.
Sure,
It's
sure.
way up the knife or my fingers. Perfect.
Man,
You don't use it as a handle then.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that also, something that's interesting to point out this one here.
Go overhead.
Yeah.
There we go.
So there's 3 bumps on the bottom and there's also 4. The 4 is the female and the 3 is the male. The 4 usually has a sweeter taste. The male will be often bitter,
Huh.
but you can do a taste test.
Oh,
We
I had
didn't-
no idea.
We didn't seem to notice the difference. It's
So you're
both a
saying this is a female pepper?
female pepper and a male. Do they make one another? No, of course, it's the soil inside the water, but they're just reference to, there's a difference between the two.
Interesting.
Interesting.
And with all 3, which one has the most antioxidants would be the red. Red has the most nutrients as opposed to the other one. So actually the red's more green, so to speak,
Mhm.
than the green.
Interesting.
Yeah. We were informed this morning. We watched the video on bell peppers.
Nice.
About
Nice.
food science, make sure we're always getting the best stuff off the truck.
Yeah, and it corrects people like me when I say it wrong.
And Nancy said that is fascinating.
That is fascinating.
Do they make a purple one too?
Right.
It's a purple bell pepper now.
Yeah,
Used to be
yeah,
yellow and red and green.
yes.
Okay.
All right.
Let's chop it.
How are you gonna chop?
Many ways to chop it, how I chop it anyway. I chop the end, the outside, like this.
Just kind of work your way around.
Yes.
Right.
So the,
Okay.
what we're gonna uncover the cauliflower and tofu. And then
Oh,
we're gonna
okay.
cook in for about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes, preference of how toasty you want it. Thank you, Tim.
So if folks cauliflower and tofu mixture is done, they need to take out the steaming part of it and put it back in for 10 minutes.
Is that right?
Yes, yes, you put it back in there open.
Yeah, put it back in the oven after you uncover it, put it back in uncovered for 10 minutes.
Yes, 10
Just
minutes.
to get it
Nice.
toast on top.
There you go.
Nice toast.
Thank you.
That's, you wanna put it here.
In terms of which cooking method is the best for your cruciferous vegetables, steaming is actually the best. It brings out its antioxidants as well as the nutrients. And a word of caution, don't ever deep fry your vegetables. It takes all the nutrients out of everything.
We have 4.5 minutes on our rice.
All right.
How
much
time on the?
10, yeah, thank you so much.
Uh-huh.
Thank you. So yes, so I cut around it and I cut the bottom. Take a little, just as much as I can, and once again, raw.
Nice. So someone said their veggies didn't cook, but they taste good. The veggies probably aren't cooked all the way yet, right?
Yes, so it's really interesting. I use a little toaster oven. And my pan is a deep pan with a thin cover, which I forgot it. So I said, oh, well, it should be the same with what I have. So it all varies on the oven, which is the big one, the
Pans.
the containers, because this one, it seems like it's thicker than what I have. So yes, it all varies. So if after those 10 minutes, you don't feel the softness that you want, then you're more than welcome to cook it a little bit more. Start with 5 minutes, test it if the knife goes through easily, etc. So
Cool.
thank you for pointing that out.
Yeah, thank you.
Right.
So now we're gonna put some bell pepper here.
Finish up our bell pepper.
All right.
This is our last vegetable, right?
It is, yeah.
Right.
Not on hers. There's plenty more to go around.
It's the last vegetable.
So I like to cut mine to little squares. Once again, we go back to the preference, strips, big squares, any
Sure.
that you would like.
Looks like you're going for fairly fine cubes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Awesome.
Very fine cubes.
Distribute shot over there.
And you can use more bell pepper if you want, a red one, a yellow one, and an orange, and have more color in your dish.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna have purple, we're gonna have yellow, we're gonna have green.
I feel like if you added too many peppers, though, that flavor would take over a little.
Yeah, and that's a preference thing.
Yeah.
Like the taste of peppers.
Yeah.
I really like the freshness of a bell pepper.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Dazzle. That's great.
This make me want to get to the farmer's market.
Yeah.
Yeah, every Wednesday, 9 to 2.
Yeah.
There we go.
Can always get like obscure peppers and tomatoes.
Right.
Right.
Not yet. You're dreaming, Paul.
No, yeah, it's a little early, isn't it?
All right, so far we have here our colors.
Mhm.
And now we're going to do our dressing.
All right.
All right.
Dressing.
Nancy
you.
said, I like to eat bell pepper raw. And she says, and now I know how to sex them. Oh, Nancy, you crack me up.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, let's start with the dressing then. Oh, there it is.
Oh,
Sorry.
yeah, dressing time.
Tahini?
So we're starting with our tahini.
Okay.
So,
We got a bowl. We're gonna put it all in a bowl together.
thank you.
All right, we're starting the dressing with the tahini.
All right, so 1/3 cup of raw tahini, and if you do have your list, we're gonna go over it, but if you do have your list, add everything into your bowl and mix it, and then slowly add water into the consistency that you want, as thin as you want it. And you can also add more of everything if you want to make a bigger batch. A
Sure.
lot of people like their bowls very saucy, some people just a little, so it's all, once again, preference with everything.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll determine that by the amount of water they add in at the end.
Exactly,
Got it.
exactly.
All right.
That's how rice is done.
Oh, yeah, how's everybody's rice doing?
Oh, yeah. It's about that time. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
on
by
about an
now,
hour. So the rice should be hopefully
Yeah.
done.
Sure, we're done.
yeah, I think most people's rice should be finishing around now.
Perfect. It's all coming together.
Yes.
Got 1/3 cup of tahini, right?
Yeah. Tahini?
1/3 cup of tahini.
Oh, yes, yes, I apologize for that. So let's do 2 teaspoons of the shawarma.
Aha, okay, so the spice we
Here
put
comes
to
the
the side, the extra spice that we created. That's our shawarma spice, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
shawarma.
how
spice.
much? 2, no,
It says 2 teaspoons.
cool. 2 teaspoons of the shawarma spice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go back to your spice mixture and add 2 teaspoons to the sauce.
And after you're done, if you can go ahead and taste it, and if you want that shawarma spice stronger, add more, another teaspoon. or anything else that you like.
Cool.
That's essentially that's how I cook. So this is new for me doing it, following my own edited recipe. So
We appreciate it, Alex.
Yeah,
thank you.
doing great.
Let's see, now it's 1 tablespoon of the rice vinegar,
All right.
whichever vinegar you might have of preference. I saw
Different
someone
kinds.
using apple cider vinegar.
Nice.
Cool.
Tablespoon of this, okay.
Yeah.
Tablespoon of vinegar of your choice. We're doing rice vinegar.
All right. It's like a flavor smorgasbord. There's so much going on here.
Oh,
All right.
so good.
It's a flavor explosion.
Sorry. Well, Paul, if you want to come by to try the dish.
Next Wednesday.
Yeah, I'll have to save you some, Paul.
Next
Yep.
Wednesday.
Tim, if you could save me some for tomorrow, I'll.
Actually, yeah, I'll be by tomorrow, so I'll bring
Cool.
up.
There we
Thank
go.
you.
Yeah.
Alright.
That'd be awesome. Thank you.
Okay, so what's next? What's in that? Oh, that's the coconut.
Oh, no,
This is just a used bottle that we put our
Yeah, to
Flax
bring
meal
some
in.
flaxseed, because I believe you
Did you?
guys might not have it in bulk.
Yeah, flax meal, I think we don't have in bulk, which is why I think we made it optional in the recipe,
Exactly,
right?
so it is optional, and
I think you get to have flax seeds here. You just
Okay.
have to grind them.
yeah, which we have a grinder, so we buy the flax seeds that you can find here, and then we just grind them so we can have flaxseed meal.
Oh, okay. And how
And-
much of this are you adding?
I am 1 teaspoon.
So 1 teaspoon of flaxseed meal. Is there an alternative, or would you just leave it out if you didn't have it?
You can leave it out if you like. It's used as a thickener. It's used as getting all the nutrients that the flaxseed will provide for you. So mainly it's always adding with things, all this powerful of the plants and everything that's going to help, your digestive system, your microbiome. So that's main purpose of this.
But there's not really like a substitute.
It just doesn't need it in the
Okay,
recipe.
cool.
Just this addition of here's some more help for
Yeah.
your
Awesome.
Leave it out if you don't have
Yeah.
it, no big deal.
Get your
That
grind.
works. Thank you.
daily flax. There we go. And now 3 tablespoons of Braggs amino, but I'm gonna do 2 of
Soy sauce.
soy sauce.
If you have the Braggs amino, 3 tablespoons of the Braggs amino. If you have soy sauce, we're doing 2 tablespoons because I got the strong stuff.
Nancy said flax is a lost it. Flax is a substitute for eggs and very healthy.
Mhm.
Yes.
That's right, yeah.
Interesting.
Thank
I
you.
didn't know that. Thanks, Nancy.
Just to grind it fresh.
Right,
Exactly,
mhm.
right.
Keep it in the fridge and grind it fresh when you're gonna use it.
Yeah, usually it lasts about 3-4 days after you grind it. So if you buy flax meal in the bag, it's not in the fridge, it's done.
Interesting.
That's right, and then
Yeah.
grind it yourself.
Yeah. A used coffee grinder works.
Exactly, right,
Yeah.
yes. Don't have to go expensive and get the spice grinder, you can
No.
just get a coffee grinder.
Sure.
Thrift store, figured it out. Yeah, well,
There you
I've
go.
had it for like 10 years.
Right.
The same one.
Yes.
Now it's 2 teaspoons of your sweetener of preference.
Okay.
Syrup or we're using the date
Yes.
sugar.
Now, so when it comes to the dressing, after I'm done putting this on, all the seasonings, and I'm gonna put a little bit of water, I start tasting it and adding more. The tahini, it could be bitter. So if you wanna mild that down, you're more than welcome to add a little bit of orange juice, a little bit more water, a little bit more sweetener, and some of your salt replacement, but a little bit at a time until you
Sure.
find that it's not bitter anymore, because those components is what cuts the bitterness of, or some lime juice.
Oh, cool. Good to know.
Oh, thank you, Tim. Knife.
Alex is testing the consistency of our cauliflower and tofu to see if it's
Oh,
ready.
okay.
So our timer went off. You might want to check yours, but depending on your oven, you might, find it needs more time, less time. She's seeing if a knife goes through the cauliflower easily. We'll get our verdict here in just a second.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, actually.
All right, I think we're all set. So ours is
Cool. So
out.
everybody should be checking on their cauliflower tofu mixture, see how that's doing.
Ours is done.
And the rice is done too, so we're just.
So we're almost there, aren't we?
Oh, yeah, we're
We've
just
got our-
about done.
Close.
Tofu and stuff out, our rice is done, and we're stirring up our dressing. right now.
Dressing, yeah.
Is everything that's going in the dressing in there now, Alex?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
water. So I'm just mixing this because it's easier to mix together without the water.
Oh, okay.
But then depending on how the consistency we want, depending on what that is, we'll add water.
Right.
Yeah.
And you can use a whisk or a spoon. I'm using the spoon just because of the fact that I was getting the tahini out of the jar. But a whisk will help so much better and easier. There we go.
Did you just add a tad of water?
Yeah, just a little bit at a time, especially for me, it's mainly, I'm so used to making tahini dressing that I know that I might need some more, but you don't want to splash it all over you. So a little bit at a
Sure.
time.
Yeah, no, that works.
Yeah, because tahini, especially if you make a tahini dressing or an almond butter dressing, eventually it might be thin for you enough, but when you put it in the fridge for the next day, it's gonna thicken up.
Sure.
So if you're not gonna use it for today, you use it for tomorrow, then thin it out just a little bit more. That way, when it sits in the fridge, it won't get too thick on
Oh,
you.
that's a good idea.
Right now, ours has like a frosting consistency maybe, but we're
Right.
adding more water into it.
And I like to use my squeeze bottles to put my dressing, but you're more than welcome to. Thank you. Thank you, Al. So leave it in the bowl and serve it with a spoon or the little morning pancake syrup containers, what they call the little pitcher.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, so you're just gonna put this on top?
yeah, just drizzle on top of the rice bowl.
Oh, okay, cool.
Once it's assembled.
Once it's assembled, yes.
Nice.
You want to be able to drip and drizzle. It has a pretty liquidy consistency right now. Thick, you
Yeah.
know, but Yeah.
Yeah. This is when the tasting starts. So we're pretty much done here at this point. So now we're just going to taste, make sure that it's just
So-
right.
Jamie said it is so delicious. And Jennifer asked, are the beans to be heated? I'm guessing not.
No, they don't have to be. It's a preference thing. You can, if you want a little bit of your broth, it's good. So we're good here.
cool.
Yes, yes, definitely can heat up whatever you like, and using spinach, you can,
Seems that way.
Heat
Time
it
like
up
a
to
plate, maybe?
oh, yeah, you're
Yeah,
good?
got a
Okay.
plate right there.
Is everybody ready?
Let's see. How's everybody doing? Everybody ready to start plating? Maybe?
We're gonna do at least, but
Cool. I think we're ready. Let's do it.
our philosophy is no cooks left behind. So if you have questions, if you're behind and a little lost right now, make sure you let us know.
Yeah,
Right.
we'll help you finish before we go. Don't worry.
Yeah.
A little undercooked, so we're gonna cook it a little more.
Okay.
Yes, I apologize for, not giving a heads up about the different pans and sizes of ovens and et cetera.
Oh yeah, it happens.
I
Everybody has a different burner, different oven setting, you know, it's just how it
Right.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, if it's still not cooked, you're more than welcome to recover it, because that's gonna help you cook anything faster,
Oh, okay.
the more time, yeah.
Re-steam it.
Mhm.
So
The
folks that their vegetable mixture isn't done should probably go put the cover back on to speed things up.
Yes, definitely,
Cool.
yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, thank you. The opening it is just for the roasting purposes, and throughout the whole class, I'm sorry, I forgot to keep looking at the camera,
That's
so
okay.
hi, everybody, thank you.
Everyone does
You're
that.
good, Alex. You're
Thank you.
good.
All
And
right.
Joelle said the shawarma flavored dressing is a new favorite. Thanks.
Nice.
Thank you, I'm so glad, that's awesome. Any chance
Yes,
to have, yes, a spoon would be great, like either wood or plastic.
Yeah. See that one right there? That one might be good, right?
Here?
Yeah, that metal one.
Oh, it's because it scratches the,
Oh, okay.
surface, so- Okay, then let's do wood.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
You want to damage the unit.
No.
Right. The one into the water too. All right, thank you. Oh, and Tim, what rice are we using here? What kind of brown rice? Jasmine, long grain brown rice?
Long grain, yes,
Oh.
jasmine, I suppose, brown rice. From the bulk department.
Of the department at the co-op?
And
Okay.
Nancy wants to know if you're going to be offering this at your cart again, this dish.
Probably, yeah, because Wednesday was really popular, so I might just bring it back, and the falafel bowl too, a lot of people really like that.
Oh,
But
that
it's-
sounds good.
Yeah, Eastern,
That was really good. Yeah.
I do like,
yeah, thank you.
I like going to the food truck, little plant food truck and finding different things every time I go. I always appreciate that, like, they're changing things up. There's new things. It's kind of, you never know what you're gonna find when you look at their
Yeah,
menu.
I've heard all good things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nancy said, thank you. That'll be awesome. She's excited.
Well, that pretty quick on Wednesday.
All right, got the rice down.
And Little Plant will be back with us cooking again next month on June 27th. They're going to make a black bean burger.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will be swapping out the recipes tomorrow and updating everybody on Zoom, but it's already on our website on the calendar if you want to look now. Actually, let me get it right.
Nice.
Somebody's got one together already.
Oh, that looks great.
Awesome,
Angie,
wow,
it's great,
good
Angie.
job, looks beautiful.
Yeah, that looks good.
Yay.
Hey, I missed it.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, Angie. Oh, nice. Beautiful. Thank you.
All right.
I was looking for the link to next month.
Yeah, the red bell pepper, see how it just comes out really beautiful.
So nice.
But yellow is still beautiful, Tim, thank you.
And probably assembling the bowl is a preference thing too, right? Like
It is definitely, that's what I was
how
about
you
to
want to make it look,
Yeah,
how much of what, it's your call.
yeah, we do we use a lot of microgreens, and I make a seed mixture, which I like to use in the bowls to bring more nutrients and such, as well as it just looks beautiful in the bowl. So add whatever you would like,
Cool.
definitely. All right. So it won't look the same as the picture, but we're just going to have fun with it. That's the whole point. Have fun
Let's do
with
it.
Yes, decorate it, make it
Make
look
some
beautiful.
art.
Oh, thank you.
I almost forgot about the black beans.
Tim, can you move the pot that's right in front of her plate?
Yes. I think this one.
The sauce.
Yeah,
I-
just when he's on that angle, we can't see her.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Yum.
This is time, maybe. I wrote down some fun stuff here. Shawarma is a Middle Eastern dish often made from different animals, as Paul had mentioned. Of course, for us, it's not necessary. Shawarma is an Arabic word rendered from a Turkish term meaning turning. In Israel, most shawarma is made commonly served with tahina sauce or tahini, which we did. And tahini, of course, is just toasted ground sesame, which is amazing.
Yeah, it is.
Getting a butter, like a peanut butter.
I forgot the, to put this in the,
Oh, yeah.
we'll put it on right now.
Surprise there.
It's looking good. It's looking colorful.
You didn't do the black beans yet, did you?
Oh, yes, in the middle.
Oh, in the middle. I see them.
Oh,
Okay.
Go overhead. There
So
we
the
go.
black beans can be added on, yeah, as you want. The amount.
Cool.
Getting there.
See, I'm just gonna grab a handful of the parsley, that finely chopped parsley, put it in the, maybe two.
Nice.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and we're
Parsley
going
and
to mix
sauce.
it.
Best sauce.
Nice.
There we go.
This is gonna be so good.
I know. Mm-mm.
You can tell I'm working with the pro here today.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
Alex really knows what she's doing.
looks that way.
I like to give a lot of sauce on the bowls.
So you guys are at the market on Wednesdays. Do you have any other regular locations?
Yeah, Saturday, we're outside of Abandoned Rain in Bandon.
Okay.
Working on other locations. Thanks for bringing that back up again, because our social media is Little Plant Food Truck, not just Little Plant. So if you got Instagram or Facebook, you can find us there. And we're always posting our schedule. Also new menu items based upon what's the season, because we'll be soon working more with our local farmers like Little Plant, as well as Promised Land and other organic farmers in the area.
All
Yeah,
right,
we'll be
so.
back at the market
Oh,
next
sorry,
Wednesday.
apologize.
Not the following Wednesday, after that. Next Wednesday will be there, Wednesday after that, we will.
Awesome.
All right, so there it is.
Got it.
Yeah, if you want to put other veggies with different colors, you're more than welcome. Even some steamed beets will be delicious in there. Some chickpeas,
Oh yeah, yeah.
any other things you want to add to. That's just what we decided to do this time around. And who does the first plate go to? The try. Tim.
So Sandy said this was so informative. Thank you. Suzanne said looks delicious. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for being patient, everybody, for.
No, it's
No, no, no.
It's dinner.
It's really good.
Yeah. Go ahead, that's, I won't.
Yeah, I suppose it's
Thank
mine
you.
now.
All right.
And I know folks, some folks might be finished and need to go eat. Please remember to send me a picture of your meal via email. You guys all have my email and your Zoom confirmations. Laura said, thank you. Can't wait till next month.
Thank
See Tim.
you.
Thanks, everybody.
We appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye, Nancy.
Bye.
Said, thank you very much. We are going to enjoy this delicious dish. Have a great evening. You too, Angie. Thank you. Joanne said, always fun. Thanks, Karen. Everybody's thanking you.
Yeah,
What was that, Tim?
the sauce is really good.
Yeah, it looks amazing. Joanne said, yum, yum. Goes well with wine, too. I'm glad.
Perfect.
How about you do better?
And there's more dressing if you want.
Yeah.
Red wine, right, Joanne?
Yeah, you want to make me up one, because I usually take a picture of it, so. Make
Oh,
me
yeah.
a pretty one.
Dove right into it.
Long as it's liquid wine, it goes. Thank you. What a fun night.
Yeah, thanks, Joanne. Thank you, Little Plant, Paul and Alex.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, Paul.
Of course.
This
Now, Stacy, were you cooking along? Oh, you finished?
Oh, yeah, she's assembling there.
Yes, I did.
Awesome. Did you finish?
Yes, I don't put my sauce on it, but it's, yeah, I just need sauce.
Nice. I wasn't sure if you were cooking along or not. Yeah.
Also, to share more information about what we do on the truck, this is exactly what we do on the truck. We don't use processed sugars, we don't use oils, we don't.
Nice.
We make the cleanest organic food that you can get around here, and trying to inspire other chefs in the area to do the same, definitely.
Very cool. Appreciate that.
This is how we eat, and we are very excited to always share it with you whenever we're open. Please, yeah.
Awesome. We
Thank you.
appreciate that.
Also, we just got on Happy Cow. I think it's next. We're on there, so you can. It's kind of like a Yelp or Google, but it's exclusively for vegan options or vegan food in the area. So if you want to get on there and decide to post a review how we're doing, please.
And that was called Happy Cow?
Happy Cow.
Okay,
I think.
cool. It'll be on the video so people will see that.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Feel free to contact us if you have any questions.
Will do.
Please, we're very open and wish to communicate with you as much as possible.
Appreciate that. Well, I think everybody is content and off eating their things. We had a lot of praise tonight, y'all. Lots of good comments in the chat tonight. So people really liked this one.
Thank you so much, Paul. Thank
Oh
you.
no, thank you.
Library, you guys are awesome. Thanks for doing this.
Oh yeah, of course. Our pleasure, right, Tim?
The best, yeah.
Yeah.
You two did great. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And thank you, Tim and Alan, for all you do for this program.
Yes, thank you guys.
It's a team effort for
Yes.
sure. But we couldn't do it without the cook, so we appreciate y'all. And with
Thank
that,
you.
I think we'll let you guys eat.
Yeah, yes,
Thanks,
I will
Paul.
save some for you, Paul.
Cool. I'll get some in the morning. I'm gonna go upstairs and eat now. You guys made me starving. Thanks, y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you.
See you tomorrow.